Yes, I am Alistair Frost, and I believe that the only sustainable way that you can remain relevant in the workforce and remain useful to your employer or to yourself or to your family is by thinking smarter and acting faster than others. That we know that around 70% plus of workers, if questioned, will admit that they don't feel very prepared for the future. They feel that they lack maybe the ideas, they lack the knowledge, the skills, the passion to realize their full potential in the future. So today, what I wanted to do with you is talk about what I mean by a future-ready mindset, to give you an opportunity to think about your relationship with change and think about what your future may become. Windows Vista was the last big launch of a Windows operating system version. It's much softer, it's much more subtle now. Today, your computer, you don't have these big updates. It just silently updates itself overnight or whenever you reboot it with an update. It gets better and better and better. And I think that is a pretty good recipe for your life. It's not about profound, radical change. It's about improving every day to create the future that you deserve. Today, if something works, it's obsolete. Today, if something works, it's obsolete. Everything that you do in your life, every process, every system, every way of working, how we organize this meeting today, it's obsolete. It can already be done better because that's how quickly the world moves on. What a profound shift from, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, keep it the same, to the world of tech, change it. We've got to change it. We've got to get better because everything is changing all the time. We've all got a comfort zone, haven't we? When you leave home to go to the office, to go to work, comfort zone. Leave at the same time, same mode of transport, listen to the same radio in the car, perhaps read the same paper on the train. The problem with comfort zones is it is a creativity dead zone. It puts you in autopilot. You're not thinking, you're just doing it again and again because you know it works for you, which is a lovely feeling. But outside of your comfort zone, everything is changing. It's my contention that actually it's your relationship with your comfort zone that will determine your success in the future. The global pandemic led us to incredible change. I was working with the clients on Zoom and Teams all the time, and one of them said to me, "Oh, it's exhausting, Alistair. We are making more decisions each day than we used to make in a month." I simply replied, "Good, keep going. Don't wait for the crisis before you change again. Be the damn crisis. Be the person who says, this can be better. I want to change this. Burn the platform. Stop allowing people to work in the old ways. Embrace the new." That's what we're talking about here. We know that today is the slowest rate of change that we will experience for the rest of our lives. Today. It only gets faster. By the way, there is a third category of people that I meet in business. I didn't put them on the slide. These are the good ones. There's another category of people. Have you ever worked with these people are called chronically unready. You ever worked with a chronically unready person? It's not you because they're in the office. They're in the office saying, they didn't read the email. They didn't even know this is happening. Where is everybody? It's very quiet in here today. What's going on? Is it Saturday? I don't know. Why do you do the job that you do? Many people, when you ask them that, they'll say, "Oh, I've got a mortgage and bills to pay and, that sort of stuff." That's not enough. I don't believe that anyone ever created a brilliant future for themselves without knowing why. If you want to start caring about the future, you've got to start caring about something that matters, beyond your mortgage, beyond the bills, beyond the lifestyle. When Microsoft put me in charge of a very sexy technology early in my career, they said, "You're in charge of email." Yeah, cool. Thanks for that. So Outlook, they gave me Outlook was one of my products and Exchange Server at the back end. It's pretty dreary prospect, isn't it? Then I realized, I stopped and thought about it, and actually the whole damn world runs on email, doesn't it? Everybody does email, everybody hates it. We're all really bad at it. You know what? Suddenly I had a mission. If I can make 1% of the world 1% better at email, I can probably generate more gross domestic product than most governments. I have an extraordinary impact on the world, and I started blogging about it, talking about it, doing videos, telling people how to use Outlook better and so on. And we sold a lot of product, but I also had a reason to get out of bed on a Monday morning. I wanted to make the world better at email. That's your personal mission. It's not a KPI, it's not hitting your target, it's not getting a bonus, it's what you feel in your heart. Who do you serve? Why do you do what you do? So instead of having a to-do list, we're actually going to do something. When you've got your one thing, you're focused. So it might be AI for you. It might be I need to understand the payroll system better. I need to be better at organizing events like this. It doesn't really matter. Find your thing. Go and read books, talk to people, go on YouTube, learn. It's so easy to learn about stuff today. Become a mini expert in your thing. At least know more about it than anybody else in your organization. Don't rush into things just because they seem cool and sexy. Shiny object syndrome. Stop, pause, think about it. If it's relevant to your future, move on. If it isn't, the previous step was called follow. Go back there, because you've got a list, haven't you? There's a bunch of other stuff you could be focusing on. These things are impenetrable to computers. They cannot do them as well as you can. These are the things that make you invaluable to any organization, any role, anything in the future. Because AI will not ever be able to do this so well. You remember the first day at work? First day at work, you're clueless, weren't you? You got lost on the way, couldn't find the toilets, didn't know what time to go home. It was a disaster. But actually, at that time, you had the courage to ask people a question. Ask, well, where are the toilets and what time can I go home and why do we have this meeting? But somehow, we build experience and we start accepting that things are the way they are. We don't have a beginner's mind. So open is about opening your mind to the possibilities and asking naive questions. Why do we do it this way? Why have we only got these clients serviced that way? And why? Because in the whys are quick wins. There are things that no one else is seeing because that's experience has told us that's what it is. Outside of your comfort zone, it's all changing, remember? So when you start asking why, you start to see things within your comfort zone that maybe could be improved. AI cannot do this. It cannot have non-obvious and valuable ideas as well as you can as a human being because it doesn't have the filter. All it's got is prior knowledge. It knows what's happened and it can give you loads of stuff that's random, like some of the images I showed you, but it can't do it with the brilliance of your mind, of filtering stuff, so having great ideas in a fresh way. Far too often, do you ever you got Hippo in play in your organization? Hippo, highest paid person's opinion. Yeah, the highest paid person says, no, that won't work. We tried that 3 years ago. No, you can't do that. No, you can't. Yes, no. Get rid of the hippos. Actually, the future is known by no one. Everybody has an equal chance of predicting it if we're paying attention. Rather than saying no because, which is sort of where we normally start in business, try saying yes and. Yes and. It's a really powerful way to start the response. So tell is about having the courage to share your stuff and say, I think we could improve this thing because I've done some research, I learned this, I had a crazy idea, I asked why, and then I did some what if, and everyone listens and says, yes, and that might work if, yes, and we could because. Imagine if you had an organization where people took ideas and made them better. Maybe we could leap ahead of our competitors in extraordinary ways. If you were told that you needed to wash your hands in order to stay alive and survive a pandemic, and you never stopped to say why, perhaps you're also missing some things in your business. Perhaps you're also missing things that are staring you in the face that are fascinating and interesting and could be the key to your future success.